A local theater performs 3 nights in a row. On the first night, 253 tickets are sold. On the second and third nights, 389 tickets are sold for each night. How many total tickets are sold altogether? Nicely done. 1031 tickets is a solid answer. Mary and Diana collect pencils. Mary has 225 pencils in her collection. Diana has 150 more pencils in her collection than Mary. What is the total number of pencils between the two girls? Well reasoned. 600 is the correct choice. Carlos used this number line to solve a math problem. What math problem was he solving? Valid point. 53 plus 82 100 is true. Carrie is reading a novel that has 650 pages. She has 25 days to finish the book. If Carrie reads the same number of pages each day, how many pages does she read each day? Great job. 26 pages is the accurate answer. A person had Rs 1000 with him. He purchased a color TV for 6600, a motorcycle for Rs 45900 and a flat for Rs $87. How much money was left with him? Correct. 67500 is the right answer. A farm in Texas grew 127 28 acres of corn. A farm in Illinois grew 394 acres of corn. What is the difference of acres grown between the two farms? Smart pick. 634 acres is the correct choice. A farmer harvested 736 bushels of corn on Thursday and 283 bushels of corn on Friday. How many bushels of corn did the farmer harvest altogether? Nice selection. 4019 is the correct and valid answer. Samson has 312 stamps in his collection. His father gave him 29 stamps and his brother gave him 18 on his birthday. How many stamps does Samson have? On track. 359 is the correct answer. There are 47 students in a school bus. 23 students got off at a stop and 19 students got off at another stop. How many students are left in the bus? Correct response. 5 is the most accurate answer. Estimate the quantity of candies in the big jar. Nice work. You chose 150 and it is correct. How many matches will be in the next sequence? You're right. 21 is the correct answer. A box contains 5 strips having 12 capsules of 500 Nag medicine in each strip. Find the total weight in grams of medicine in 32 such boxes. 960G is the answer. Meti polar bear is 34 to 63 feet tall and Met squirrel is 27 4 to 83 feet tall. How much taller is Met polar bear than Met squirrel? Great thinking. 6, 7, 80 feet is the right choice. What is my age? I am a multiple of 3. Next to next year, I will be a multiple of 5. What is my age? Right again, 57 is a valid answer. Mrs. Messina has 6 and 45 of items. If she divides them equally between her 29 students, how many M and Mes will each student get? Good job. Your answer 91 works well here. Ty had a rope that was 462 cm long. He cut it into pieces that were 3 cm long. How many 3 cm pieces of rope can he cut? Solid response. 1 FIFO is a valid choice. Choose the correct option. You chose tank 645 equal to 15, Leving 760 equal to 17. And it is correct. Raj distributes 8 boxes of sweet. Each box comprises 6 chocolates and 10 candies. Number of sweets in the 8 boxes are. Good thinking. 128 is the right answer. What is the original multiplication problem based on the distributive property below? Plus, plus. Right choice. 432x8 is the best answer. The company printed 75,000 of cards, 9,850 of cards are distributed. Calculate the number of the cards left. Clear logic, your choice 65,150 is sound and 100% true. When distributing out 3294x6, what should be in the plus, plus, plus? Perfect. 6 is the correct choice. Identify whether the given statement is true or false. All natural numbers are whole numbers. You got it? Your choice true is right. Check the following numbers, 48151 and 444. Rounding them to the nearest 10, they will be. Well done, 5150 and 440 is the right choice. A number for which sum of all its factors is equal to twice the number called a dash number. Sharp thinking. Perfect number is the right choice. Identify whether the given statement is true or false. 0 is the smallest natural number. Strong choice. False is the right answer. What is difference between successor of 95, predecessor of 97? Excellent choice. 2 is the right answer. The numbers other than 1, whose only factors are 1 and the number itself, are called dash. Smart move. Prime numbers is an accurate answer.
The weight of a box of tissues was 14 ounces. What is the weight of 48 boxes of tissues?
Well picked. 672 ounces is the correct answer. 95x36 equal to 36x a dash. What number will come in blank and what property does it follows? Exactly. Commutative property of multiplication makes sense and it is right choice. The product of the predecessor and successor of an odd natural is always divisible by. Excellent. 4 is a brilliant choice. How do you write this number using digits? 790,099. Clear logic. Your choice 790,099 is sound and 100% true. All whole numbers are natural numbers, but all natural numbers aren't whole numbers. Great thinking. False is the right choice.
The diagram shows two number cards, 214656624521. Which digit has the same value?
Right again. 4 is a valid answer. Which property is used in the following expression? x5 equal to 9x. Excellent choice. Associative property of multiplication is the right answer. How do you write this number using digits? 90,608. Nice selection. 9608 is the correct and valid answer. Look at this number 308,729. What is the digit in the 10,000s place? Nicely done. Zo is a solid answer. In which of the following is the digit 2 is in the thousands place is dash? Well done. 402,193 is the right choice. 6,200,012. Right in numeral is dash. Great job. 6,200,12 is the accurate answer. Two numbers having only 1 as a common factor are called dash numbers. Correct response. Co-prime numbers is the most accurate answer. Which property of multiplication is shown? x5 equal to 9x5 plus 8x5. You chose distributive property, and it is correct. The cost of 1 chocolate is Rs 22, then the cost of 22 chocolates is. Exactly, 484 makes sense and it is right choice. The successor of a two-digit number is not always a two-digit number. Good job. Your answer true works well here. Which operation will not change the value of any non-zero number? Correct. Adding 0 is the right answer. Which of the following natural number does not have predecessor? Solid response. 1 is a valid choice. If you divide any number by 0, what answer will you get? Well reasoned. Undefined or error is the correct choice. Hat is the place value of the largest digit in the number card. Perfect. Hundreds is the correct choice. Look at this number 308,729. What is the value of the digit 7? Strong choice. 700 is the right answer. The whole number, which is not a successor for any other number. Excellent. Zoe is a brilliant choice. Which of the following options are correct for whole numbers? Nice work. You chose 0 and it is correct. Dash plus 32 equal to 32 plus 92. What number will come in place of blank? Smart pick. 92 is the correct choice. All natural numbers along with 0 are called whole numbers. Sharp thinking. True is the right choice. Check that sequence. 8, 15, 22 dash the next term will be. Well picked. 29 is the correct answer. The distance between the points 0 and wins called dash. Good thinking. Unit distance is the right answer. Which property does this equation proves 6,5 equal to 5,6 equal to 30? Right choice. Commutative property of multiplication is the best answer. Fill in the missing multiple 3, 3, 6, 9, 15, 18, 21. Bravo, 12 is the answer. In 742, what digit is in the millions place? You got it. Your choice 5 is right. The only whole number which is not a natural number is... You're right. Zoe is the correct answer. Which the greater number from the 244, 311 and 1411 41? Smart move. 424 311 is an accurate answer. Successor is a number obtained by 1 to the given number. Valid point. False is true. In 69 483, what digit is in the 10,000s place? On track. 6 is the correct answer. Between any two whole numbers, there is a whole number. Strong choice. True is the right answer. What is the greatest prime number between 10 and 20? Excellent. 19 is a brilliant choice. How many numbers are there in between 2001 and 5437? Correct. 3435 is the right answer. Collection of whole numbers is closed under division. On track. False is the correct answer. Which of these numbers lies between 4695 and 4700? Well picked. 4698 is the correct answer. Numbers having more than two factors are called dash. You got it. Your choice composite numbers is right. List the next three numbers in the sequence. 2, 4, 6. Good thinking. 8, 10, 12 is the right answer. All whole numbers are natural numbers. Valid point. False is true. Whole numbers are closed under dash and under dash. Nicely done. Addition, multiplication is a solid answer. If you divide 0 by any number, you will get. Well done. 0 is the right choice.
How many whole numbers are between 1018 and 1203?
Your answer 184 works well here. State the property 23 plus e equal to 56 plus. Great thinking. Associative property of addition is the right choice. The whole number which has no predecessor is dash. Nice work. You chose 0 and it is correct. On the number line, when we subtract, we move dash. Excellent choice. Backward is the right answer. The number of multiples of a given number is dash. Sharp thinking. Infinite is the right choice. The sum of the predecessor and successor of 500. Smart pick. 1000 is the correct choice. If we divide 0 by 1, what will be the answer? Correct response. 0 is the most accurate answer. Associative property holds true for subtraction. Solid response. False is a valid choice. The number which is not a perfect number is dash. Perfect. 10 is the correct choice. Which property is indicated by this 7 plus 5 equal to 12? Right choice. Closure property of addition is the best answer. The successor of the largest 4-digit number is? Bravo, 1000 is the answer. How do you write this number using words? 3001. Right again. 3001 is a valid answer. Compare 31143 and 272, which is greater? Well reasoned. 72772 is the correct choice. Write the successor of largest 4-digit number. Exactly. 1000 makes sense and it is right choice. Compare 45261 and 425-106, which is smaller. Nice selection. 425-6 is the correct and valid answer. Fill in the correct sign. Fix 6991-52 A to D. Clear logic. Your choice is sound and 100% true. The natural number that has no predecessor is? Great job. 1 is the accurate answer. Closure property does not satisfy under dash. You're right. Subtraction is the correct answer. Number of factors of a given number are dash. Smart move. Finite is an accurate answer. Round off 63,829 to the nearest 10,000. You chose 60,000, and it is correct. Which of the following numbers are co-prime? Sharp thinking. 15 and 23 is the right choice. Plus dash equal to 2569. What number will come in dash? You chose yo and it is correct. Name the property x equal to axb plus xc. Smart pick. Distributive property is the correct choice. Which whole number does not have predecessor? Correct. Zo is the right answer. What are the 3 numbers before 109,9999? 45,9998, 24,99997, 24,99996 is the most accurate answer. Which of the following is a square number? Good thinking. 144 is the right answer. How many natural numbers are there up to 20? Solid response. 20 is a valid choice. The whole number 13 lies between 12 and 14.
Great job. True is the accurate answer. Which property indicates this 45x1 equal to 45? Well done. Multiplicative identity is the right choice.
Plus 45 equal to 56 plus name the property. Exactly. Associative makes sense and it is right choice. Which expression is equivalent to 75 plus 0? Clear logic. Your choice 75x1 is sound and 100% true. Which number cannot be shown as squares?
You got it. Your choice 2 is right.
In 5, 439 x 62, in which place is the 4? Excellent choice. 100,000s is the right answer. Round off 73.99 to the nearest 100. Nice work. You chose 74,000 and it is correct. Successor of smallest natural number is?
Smart move. 2 is an accurate answer.
On the number line, we move dash to add.
Right again. Forward is a valid answer.
How many whole numbers are from 0 to 11?
Right choice. 11 is the best answer.
Every whole number is a natural number.
Valid point. False is true.
0 divided by a non-zero whole number is. Nice selection. Zo is the correct and valid answer. Successor of smallest 4-digit number is?
Excellent. And Thauno 1 is a brilliant choice.
In 145,729, the digit 5 stands for dash. Well picked. 5,000 is the correct answer. All natural numbers are whole numbers. Well reasoned. True is the correct choice. Equal to 345 plus. Good job. Your answer 234 works well here. Compare the numbers 6933-6 to 97. Bravo. True is the answer. Every whole number has its predecessor.
Strong choice. False is the right answer.
The smallest composite number is dash. Perfect. 2 is the correct choice. Which is the smallest natural number?
Great thinking. 1 is the right choice.
Count the numbers from 345 to 576A. Nicely done. 344 is a solid answer. What is the multiplicative identity? On track. 1 is the correct answer. Which number would not round to 500s? You're right. 447 is the correct answer. Which property is this 2 plus 3 equal to 3 plus 2? Clear logic. Your choice commutative property is sound and 100% true. Round 6, 978 to the hundreds place.
Correct. 7,000 is the right answer.
The smallest natural number is dash. Great job. 1 is the accurate answer. 70,000s plus 400s plus 8 ones. Nicely done. 7408 is a solid answer. 100,000. Excellent. 8 1-on-1 is a brilliant choice. Round off to the nearest thousands. Nice selection. 9,000 is the correct and valid answer. Whole numbers are not closed under. Well picked. Subtraction is the correct answer. What is 0 multiplied by any number? You're right.
Zoe is the correct answer. Using suitable property, 738 x 103 equal to... Correct response. 7, 6, and 14. Distributive property is the most accurate answer. What is the smallest whole number? Perfect. Zoe is the correct choice. Multiplicative identity of 6328 is? Right choice. 1 is the best answer. The product of two odd numbers is? Sharp thinking. An odd number is the right choice. What is the predecessor of 208090? Well reasoned. 2080A9 is the correct choice. Dash is a factor of every number. Excellent choice. 1 is the right answer. Round 12, 658 to the tens place. Solid response, 12, 660 is a valid choice. The predecessor of $1,000 is? 999,999,999 is an accurate answer. Plus 10 equal to 15 plus. Well done. Associative property of addition is the right choice. What is the successor of 12,337? You got it? Your choice 12,730A is right. Which of the following is true? Strong choice. 210 is the right answer. Which number is a factor of 10? Bravo. 5 is the answer. The predecessor of 1 million is? Exactly. 999,999 makes sense and it is right choice. Choose the successor of 93,211. Right again, 93,212 is a valid answer. What if we divide 99.5 by 0? You chose not possible, and it is correct. Predecessor means dash a number. Good thinking. Before is the right answer. There is no additive identity. Smart pick. False is the correct choice. The successor of 1001 is dash. Valid point. 1000 is true. The smallest whole number is? Nice work. You chose 0 and it is correct. 4th Sendi plus 4x3 equal to 4th. On track. Senti is the correct answer. Out of identity of 3561. Great thinking. Zoe is the right choice. 9x8 equal to 72 is a whole number. Good job. Your answer closure property works well here. The predecessor of 1 lakh is? Valid point. 9999 is true. The predecessor of 25.7 is? You're right. 123,456 is the correct answer. What is 5 multiplied by 4? 567. Clear logic. Your choice 208.53 is sound and 100% true. Natural numbers are definite. Bravo. False is the answer. Zoo is the predecessor of dash. Excellent choice. 1 is the right answer. The predecessor of 16,109 is? Correct response. 16,108 is the most accurate answer. The CF of 9 and 27 is dash. Nice work. You chose 9 and it is correct. Choose predecessor of 39999. On track 3998 is the correct answer. Compute mentally 500x 500. Good job. Your answer 250,000 works well here. The LCM of 2 and 3 is dash. Correct. 6 is the right answer.
Is 100 then what is 20 plus 80?
Nicely done. 100 is a solid answer. One is called dash identity. Nice selection. Multiplicative is the correct and valid answer. 73x 5x2 equal to 100x dash. Solid response. 73 is a valid choice.
Plus 20x2 equal to dash.
Exactly.
2500 makes sense and it is right choice. Equal to 73x74. Name the property.
Right again. Commutative is a valid answer.
What is 5 divided by zoo? Smart move. Not defined is an accurate answer.
Axis plus 93 equal to Ajax dash. Well done. 100 is the right choice. 5x2 5x20 equal to dash.
Great thinking. 254 is the right choice.
4x40 equal to 45x dash.
Great job. 3 is the accurate answer.
Select the correct.
You chose 25, 84, 30, 56, and it is correct. 73 plus 86, 83.
Well picked. 9214 is the correct answer.
285, 31.
You got it. Your choice 8, 835 is right.
Substem 1207A.
Well reasoned. 243 is the correct choice.
What is 70 facts of hun?
Good thinking. 7500 is the right answer.
Natural numbers?
Right choice. Starts from 1 is the best answer.
6 took 47.
Strong choice. 2, 9 and 14 is the right answer.
Divided by zoo is?
Sharp thinking. Not defined is the right choice.
Plus with 123 is?
369 is the correct choice. Whole numbers. Perfect. Starts from 0 is the correct choice.
Plus 3 source x20 equal to?
6756 is a brilliant choice.
Equal to 277x.
Sharp thinking. 399 is the right choice.
34 plus dash equal to 34.
Well reasoned. 0 is the correct choice.
65x4. Nice selection. 67500 is the correct and valid answer. Plus 6x40 equal to?
Strong choice. 3452 is the right answer.
261.
Great job. 6 at 8542 is the accurate answer.
593 equal to?
39869 is true.
Pussy 17 plus? Well done. 5940 distributive property is the right choice. Sir?
On track. Zo is the correct answer.
Suv?
You're right. 1175 is the correct answer.
X44.
Excellent choice. 5764 is the right answer.
X32.
Correct. 28 is the right answer. X87. Right again. 832 is a valid answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Nicely done. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is a solid answer.